hear, Bridget.
Welcome.
On and popping.
Should I clap?
It's been on a long time.
I come from far enough on clapping days.
Clapping days.
All right. Welcome to the Realest FC, where we talk about top 6 football. It's been a while. We've been on holiday for various reasons. Mr. Producer, big up yourself.
Indeed.
I'm insinuating that the producer had anything with us being away. I'm just saying that we've been away.
No. That's just a whole ton of shade, bro.
Why did you have to do that?
My
Anyway.
God.
Welcome to the Realest FC. Let's talk football. So we had an awesome weekend. What week are we in now? Match
12.
week 12.
Yeah, that was match
So we're going to
week
talk
12.
about some of the games that we saw over the course of this weekend. Some really good games, some really massive drama this week in the EPL. And we're going to start with the team that I think is an up-and-coming team. That's Chelsea now. An up-and-coming team doing really, really well. Up-and-coming coach.
Yeah.
Bright ideas. Seems to be a great motivator. He's already a Chelsea legend. And I think he's building that legend every day.
Yeah.
With every result that he gets with his team.
Yeah.
They won their game against Crystal Palace by 2-0 at Stamford Bridge. Give me 2 takeaways from that game, guys.
Only 2?
You have
All
more?
right. Well, I mean, there are many takeaways from Chelsea's performance just at Crystal Palace. I think it solidifies both things. This is no longer an up-and-coming team. They've established themselves. They're in 3rd position. They've won 6 games on the trot. They kept a clean sheet at home against a Crystal Palace side that can, provide an entertaining match. However, Frank Lampard set up the team to take out Wilfred Zaha out of the game. And that left Crystal Palace with no answers.
And it worked.
It worked. And I think Frank Lampard's biggest challenge is going to be picking a team, because everybody who he's called to the forefront has performed. He called Pulisic. Pulisic has performed.
Yeah, he stepped up last couple of games. He really has become Captain America.
He is proper footballer. And you're looking at Reece James, who stepped in as a fullback.
Played some proper football
He
too.
also played well. He's
scored midweek in the Champions
and
League.
he was the one who was marking Wilfred Zaha this time. So his task was to not only mark out Wilfred Zaha, but to provide an attacking force going. You know what I mean?
And he did.
And he did that. So he did his job very well. Tammy Abraham scoring for fun now. So it's expected that this team is going to do well. A team that came into the season thinking, oh, woe is us, what are we going to do? We lost Hazard, we can't buy any players, we're on a transfer ban. All of a sudden, 3rd place.
Yeah, Pearl left and you realize that you still had diamonds.
Yeah, that's how football is. You kind of know you, and it lends to my theme for the weekend. The better your team play is the less you have to rely on maybe just one or two individuals.
Yeah.
Right. So, but yeah, man, I'm happy for how Chelsea played. Props to Crystal Palace for putting up a resistance, because they did. Yeah. But at the end of the day, Chelsea's quality was better.
And they controlled the game.
They did.
Rapper, 2 takeaways.
There's not much to take away from this game, really. I expected Chelsea to win, which is probably the biggest takeaway for me, that we've reached a point now with Frank Lampard. You expect this Chelsea team to win, not just based upon the quality of the players there, but how they've been playing since the start of the season. I've been saying it, I will continue to say it. Frank Lampard is a learning animal. He started off rough. He hit some blocks, he hit some obstacles coming up this season, and he's found his stride. I didn't expect Chelsea to do anything but win this game. And against Crystal Palace, a one-man team which is Wilfred Zaha, I didn't expect them to not hold on a clean sheet. Crystal Palace only had 3 shots on goal at all game. That's a good.
That's not enough.
That's not enough. So Chelsea did the work. They look clinical. They look efficient, and I'm looking forward to seeing them for the rest of the season. And it's amazing that they're 3rd in the league, considering how they started and the cloud that hung over their head with this transfer ban and all that, and this quote-unquote rookie coach. No, man, I'm actually kind of proud of them. I'd say that.
Yeah, it's really interesting to consider what's going to happen when Frank Lampard gets two transfer windows.
No, hold on. That 50-50, And I say this, it sounds nice. So
there was no pressure.
All right, it's like you have a car, and the car work fine. The car, you're surprised, when you bite it out, it kind of looks shaky, but you touch road in it, and it's smooth out there after your first check up on everything. You decide no, you want tweak it, you want
Change
muffler, you
Blow
want
up
do all of
valve.
this.
Yeah.
Sometimes that don't work, and I and I think his next test will be a transfer window. He's done great with what he was given.
Right.
That goes a long way. For me, that's 70% of the work. You're going to any new work, you need to show what you can do with what you have first before you can demand more. Right. My thing is that I hope that when he demands more, one, he has some influence over the players that are bought, because we know transfer system in big clubs like this are kind of difficult. You know? Sometimes the manager has a say, sometimes the manager has no say. And I know that with Chelsea, that was always a problem. This tussle in the executive box about who really control who can come and who can go. I hope he has enough clout to actually have a say, because I personally think if I'm me, I manage the team, and me
You
first
should
and
have.
foremost need to know what kind of ball I me want.
Right.
So my opinion should come first. So this will be his next test. Who does he bring in? And if he bring in somebody, do they work out? Because if you can't transfer as a manager, your team is gonna start sliding.
All right, well, Chelsea going up the table.
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
What,
yeah,
third
man.
place?
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
That's insane.
That's
And we actually have some
This is
January
amazing.
transfer signings that were already
Identified.
identified.
hold on a minute. When I transfer
So,
signing, has
Before
the
you get approval.
Yeah. We already have people.
Ban them again
Yeah.
for another 5
Counting
years.
eggs. The man them
Don't
count
hate, don't
eggs from
hate.
early.
Yeah, man, we're working
Okay.
on it. So it's going to be an exciting January transfer window.
All right, so we're going to jump over to Manchester United versus Brighton. Man U got a win. 3
Finally.
goals to 1 against Brighton, which Brighton is a pretty solid team, you know.
And they played well.
For what, Brighton,
Yeah.
I mean, what are your takeaways from this game? Man U is a team in flux. There are quite a few teams in flux out of this supposed former top 6 that will
Right.
not be the top 6 at the end of the season.
It
I
doesn't
predict.
look
It
that way at all.
does not look like that.
Right. So, what are your 2 takeaways from Manchester United versus Brighton? Rapper.
Efficient. This looked like the United of old. They were hit you on the counter attack. Basically, all their chances came from counter-attacking
Counter-attacking
chances.
play.
They used their speed well. Marshall and Rashford and James, they look like a really good trio going forward. Especially Rashford. The argument that he was a striker, let's put that one side now. That boy is a winger.
Yes,
right?
absolutely.
I don't mind the interchange between him and Marshall, because Marshall is fast. Marshall can do a thing out on the side, and that works. We've seen that at Liverpool, we've seen that at many clubs. Rotate them here, but when the
Natural-
formation
natural
line
play.
up, yeah man, Rashford still out wide and James out wide. This is a dangerous United. Now bringing in back Pogba,
Maybe they'll get better.
you assume they get better. But I always say you're bringing trouble back in your team's quality or not. If a player mentally is not there, it can always have a negative effect. If it works, this will be a dangerous United team.
I don't know if you guys, Richie, I don't know if you heard the rumor that they're putting in a bid for Ericsson
No, I
in
didn't.
January.
Really?
You never heard?
No, I didn't.
Ericsson?
Okay.
I wouldn't see Ericsson fitting in this team either.
You wouldn't say Ericsson sitting behind that
No,
three?
listen.
That
He's
three?
a very quality footballer.
Giving that 3 the ball?
No, he's a very quality footballer. I just don't know if that team will give him the, how would you put it now, the impetus to push forward, to excel his game to another level. I don't think Manchester, okay, he's moving
So-
from Tottenham to Manchester United. I don't think Manchester United is a test for him at knowing his quality. I think his quality is tested in another league. That's what I think.
Oh,
personally.
you're saying big club like Real Madrid,
Yeah, man,
Juventus,
it's the natural progression.
Bayern Munich.
Right now, this United club with this quality of players, I don't see the quality of players better than the quality of players he has at Tottenham.
Okay.
Oh yeah, on that, yeah, I would agree with you. Looking at the whole team, if
Looking at the entire
the
team
entire
at United
team,
right
I don't
now,
think it's not an improvement. I think
it's a
step
lateral
up.
movement for Ericsson.
Yeah,
Maybe
Alright, so-
better money,
yeah, definitely.
maybe better highlights,
And
because United is a
yeah.
bigger club.
More
But
exposure
the quality
for him.
of players versus what he has at Tottenham Hotspurs right now, I don't think pound for pound United is a better
And
team.
they're not that far from each other in the table either. So.
I mean, the
What? We can't mention the table anymore.
No,
talking
in all
about it.
honesty,
We're talking about it.
where United and Tottenham are in the table right now, really.
It's not a true reflection.
No, man, it don't really matter. I'm just saying.
No, it clearly don't matter, and I said it don't matter.
2019, 2020. Obviously, many of these clubs, like for Tottenham, I think Tottenham is more scared because remember, Tottenham being in the top 4 is more
It's
the
new.
anomaly than anything else.
Yeah,
That's
true.
new
Even
for
though
them.
even though it's been for about 3-4 years now,
It's new
it's
for
more
them.
an anomaly, and they know are probably living in fear. That's why
gonna
Arsenal.
lose
That's why
that.
Arsenal and Man U, as much as their fans are upset, it's like the big brass at those clubs are like, guys, relax.
The
even,
season
even
will-
though even though they still run the risk, but they're saying no, they still. I mean, these are billion-dollar companies. Spurs is not a billion-dollar company.
Right.
Leicester is not a billion-dollar company.
The expectations
I
obviously
don't-
are going
I
to be
don't-
different.
So they are trying to build something. So Tottenham is in fear because if this crop of players, well, we're gone too far.
No, I think they're all in fear.
I'm Man U with it there, don't?
Yeah,
Yeah,
if you're going to talk
So,
about Man U,
so let's segue then. So let's segue. Maybe that is a sign that
Hold on.
there's
hold
nothing
on.
to talk about Man U. You know.
There is one thing I do have to say about Manchester
Solskjaer
United.
in or out?
you can't.
Solskjaer? I've been saying Solskjaer should stay.
I've been saying that man should be out at this point.
We're always going to be split on this.
He has some kind of safety net there that at Man United I've never seen it at any other club. The closest I've come to seeing this is probably a Frank Lampard, but Frank Lampard is doing great. Ole is not. Look at the position. Look at where this man is on the table. This is after a 3/4 of a season and 2 transfer windows. You're not supposed to be brushing relegation because that's what Man United
As
is
Man
doing.
U.
They're brushing relegation.
In
I'm
seventh.
sorry. Look,
You know they're in 7th, right?
Yeah, man.
I don't care
Everybody
what they know.
close. Everybody close.
Everybody's close, and
Yeah.
all it takes is for one
One
loss,
one
which
loss.
they've been doing all season,
Right.
to go right back down. I'm sorry, I'm not impressed by anything he's done.
But you're going to say something. You're going
Right,
to say
so
one thing.
my takeaway from the United game is Anthony Martial. I think his presence in that strike
Yeah.
force
Makes a big difference.
huge difference. And it comes back to the point where a lot of my Manchester United friends have been telling me, I think the problem is not Solskjaer, it's injuries. I think Manchester United's biggest problem this season has been that they have not had a full force squad, and clearly their backup players are not good enough. So you see that fall off when you lose a Pogba.
Big change to the team.
Yeah, it's a huge. It turns your team from
I
an.
do agree, but
to
It
14th.
turns. Yeah, man. It turns your B team because maybe Manchester United's
no, it
current.
turns the A team into the D team.
Exactly. And it's a huge fall off to bring in Fred to replace Pogba. It's a huge fall off to ask Rashford to play strike and have Pereira and James providing width. That's a big fall off
So
for
for-
them, and
so
they've
for me
not
then-
been able to get over those humps.
I think it might sound like the same thing, but I think there's a distinction. So the issue isn't necessarily injuries; the issue is squad depth.
Yes.
If Marshall, 2 players, I can't think of any 2 players in Liverpool team right now that would get us to 12th. That if they're out of the team right now, we go to 12th. That's
if Van Dijk
He
and
has
Salah
a good. He
are
has,
injured?
If Van Dijk and Salah are injured, I don't see Liverpool losing 10 places. And if Man United was at 14th last week, right? 14th. And this is a team that you would expect to finish around 3rd to 6th. From 36 to 14 because 20 ball of them missing. I'm sorry. The problem isn't injuries. The problem is squad depth. Once you take away the top player, there's nothing underneath there. Look, you see the improvement with one man coming back?
I agree.
That says more about the rest of the team than that one man to me.
And this is what I'm trying to say. The influence of certain footballers. And remember now, my theme for this weekend is all about team play. Remember, that's my theme. And look on how important Martial is to the United makeup of their squad. When Anthony Martial is in the team, not only do they have a point man who can control the ball. I don't know if you guys watched that game. Anthony Martial picked up a pop-up that wasn't even a pass. It was a clearance. He picked a pop-up ball out of the air, flung it around the last defender, and got a shot off with his left foot.
No, man, he played. There's no questioning.
Proper number 9.
There's no questioning his
Marcus
influence.
Rashford is not giving you that.
No.
However, now that Anthony Martial is there as a point man and he distracts 2 defenders, Marcus Rashford is having a field day on the wide.
Yeah.
He's stepping over. He's going byline. He's going middle. He's coming. I mean, it just makes a huge
But
difference
for
in your
2 players, though,
confidence.
for 2 players to
And
come,
I'm saying to you, this is how important it is to have your pieces clicking. When you are a team, and if your weakest link is gonna break, namely in United squad without Martial, their defense is just exposed because they have no offense.
I don't think it's even fair to refer to anybody on United's team as the weakest link because 2 players missing and they became a weak team. Period.
well, what I will say.
Period.
What I will say is they won.
They won, no,
They
they,
won.
they
So-
can't take it from them.
Congratulations to them.
Yeah, give them them 3
it's a
points.
step in the right direction. Now, a team that took a step in the wrong direction, maybe not as wrong as it could have been, was Tottenham Hotspur. Tottenham Hotspur, with the same strong squad,
Yeah.
they don't have the same excuse.
They don't have
the same excuse.
No.
You know what? As far as this game is concerned, I have a little bit of excuse. Now, Sheffield is not an easy team to score on.
Yeah, Sheffield.
but
So
Sheffield-
hold on. So I said the score. Tottenham drew 1-1 at the London Stadium.
Yeah, man.
With Sheffield United.
the London Stadium.
Yeah, they were at home.
That's such an original name.
Yeah, man, yeah. He who
That's
must
such an
not
Are you saying
rename
that
it.
we
The
finally
London
found out the
Stadium.
name?
That is
for-
the actual name of the London Stadium.
I hear them calling it. I don't know if that's the official
maybe they
name.
don't have a choice.
Nobody else. You have the Theatre of Dreams, aka Old Trafford.
Right. Mhm.
You have Anfield. You have the Emirates. You
Right.
have the London Stadium.
Yeah.
Wow. The London Stadium.
Wow.
Arsenal fan, of course he's crapping on Spurs. The stadium. Of course, it's the stadium.
The
But-
Spurs
but-
game.
but
But they were
give me-
lucky
yeah.
to get out with a draw.
Yeah, they were lucky to get away
They
with the
were
straight.
lucky to get away with a
As a
draw.
matter of fact, that disallowed goal,
That
you know,
disallowed
I'm
goal,
saying
I don't
it was
know.
so tight. Like,
Oh my
so,
days, that's like
so
a
tight.
toenail.
Yo, me and VAR,
Offside.
this VAR thing,
Wow.
VAR is there to get it right.
VAR needs to get a red card.
Which
Boy, that's
don't know.
so right.
I
That
don't
one
know.
was so right.
But
okay,
he
so
can't knock Sheffield though.
Yeah, Sheffield is a
no,
pretty
they
strong
played
team.
expansive. They played very
And
good.
This is what some of these teams need to do to ensure that they don't get relegated. They have to make themselves difficult to beat.
Right.
They have to be able to score when they get opportunities, even if it's a set piece. And it wasn't even a set piece; it was like runner play. That they
Yeah.
got
Those-
them
both of those goals.
both chances here were
Yeah.
from runner play. So they played really well. What is going wrong? Two reasons you think. One reason you think everything is going wrong or sideways for Spurs. Both of you.
Ooh.
Who want to go
I
first?
bet you, what's the main reason?
So
What's the
here's,
main
here's
reason?
my reason. Spurs' success was based on two things: high energy and getting the skill back from the players, especially the front players. Right. So you had the likes of Ericsson, Lamela, what's his name, Dele Alli, playing very well. You know, in skill wise. And what I think is happening now is the energy has either all gone or it's dipped considerably. The same team just does not believe anymore. They don't believe they can win the league. They don't believe they can win Champions League. And when you don't have fresh
Belief,
faces
yeah.
or belief, it just goes south. Nobody fights for it anymore. So what you have right now in that Spurs team is just a lack of belief.
And I will add to that must be pretty frustrating for fans, especially because when you're looking at the team and you're seeing the same guys, the same guys, like literally the same guys, they have not diminished, meaning it's not like they're 5 years older. They're
Right,
1
it's
year
just a
on.
year,
Not even a
right.
year on, months on from
Right.
doing such an amazing thing, almost winning the Champions League.
I don't know about almost, but
I'm just saying,
No, they reach the final.
they got to the final. You have a chance.
Okay.
All it took was for 3 people getting the flu and Liverpool, and you would have had a great chance.
True.
You know, one shoulders drop out, 2 get flu,
Yeah.
and then maybe you had a chance. I'm saying, once you're in there, you have a ticket. Once you have a
Right.
ticket, you have a
Once-
chance.
okay,
So I'm
fair
saying
enough.
that must be frustrating for fans, for Tottenham's
see
Hotspur
the-
fans.
the
Because even
fallout.
if they weren't going to come second or win the league, they must
be
would have
fighting
thought
for-
that the position that maybe Leicester is in right now, with Man City relatively struggling. You can't even call it struggling, but Man City doing what Man City is doing right now.
right.
That Leicester spot, many persons thought that spot that Leicester is in really should have been a spot that Spurs would probably be in. But it has not panned out that way. Again, Rapper, why? Main reason why.
The squad, look, I think somewhere over the summer after missing out on the Champions League, people started looking at each other and thinking, where is this team going? I think if you're at another club that is used to fighting for the top, right? And you know that they will spend for the top and they will attract players for the top, you stick around. I think this Spurs team, they probably say, sir, I think we're buck at the finals there. And then probably look on them one and say, who are cut first? Ericsson,
Yeah, and we've done more in this run than anybody over the past 30 years.
This Spurs team can look at themselves, even without a trophy, they can look at themselves with pride. Themselves, we put this team
we're the
on the
best.
highest platform. We never win, but we go up there and we show the world, say, we have some good ball here, so Spurs is not necessarily a big club yet, but we have big club energy in it with
Yeah.
And I think it buck right there, so it's like a stock I go up, but here what it I go reach a point where everybody gonna say, "Me no feel say it worth more than this." And I think the players themselves are thinking the stock buck on this at club, What's next?
All right.
Ericsson pulled the trigger. I think his decision to not come back is the biggest influence here. Because outside of Hurricane, Englishman, Tottenham through and through, to me, he's like a Steven Gerrard. You're not looking at him to leave. Quality, fine. But you need players around him. And after Kane, there comes Ericsson. And if Ericsson say, "Me not really want a contract. Me not really actually want to stay or transfer me." The only reason he's there is because Spurs hold on upon him. What that tell the rest of the man then?
All right, so I have a couple questions for the two of you. Just one word answers. If you were the head of if you were Daniel Levy, Poch in or out?
In.
All right.
Without
If you were Daniel Levy, Ericsson in or out?
Out.
That's not a choice.
No, as in no. I'm saying if you could move heaven and earth to keep him, in or out?
In. If you have it, in, most definitely, that man is one of the
Out
best.
for me.
Out based on his why you say out?
Unless his mentality is gonna change and he wants to stay, I don't want to keep a baller that does not want to stay.
No, when I say in, when you say move heaven and earth, I'm assuming that you give him whatever it is that requires
He's
him to
asking
stay.
for?
Yeah, no, but
no,
it's
but
a
what
case
does he
where-
require to stay?
No,
Change the name of the club
that's
to
why
Real Madrid.
That's why the first thing I said was out, because you can't.
Yeah.
It's irrelevant. You can't hold up and him don't want there. But you say move heaven and earth. Well, I'm assuming that move heaven and earth meaning that you change your mind to the point where you say, you know what you put on the table, I don't really want to go back to Madrid. If there's a way to do that,
Keep him.
definitely,
Yeah, man.
definitely,
Keep him.
don't get rid of that man.
Ericsson is one of the footballers who you will see in the league right now that the older he gets, the smarter he gets, the better he gets.
Yeah, man.
And
I-
drop
he matures well.
that man in the right side.
Yeah, man. He will
Danger.
unlock any
He is
team.
in a good side.
No, man.
No,
I
man,
don't.
in a big club.
Okay, so
In a
here's
big club.
Is at a big
So-
club.
so-
London
so
Stadium
on the-
huge, you know.
So
No?
the size of the club. The size of the club,
The
right?
size of-
So
the big
okay.
stadium.
So if I'm Daniel Levy and I wanted Ericsson to stay, I think my bargaining chip for Ericsson staying is that he would now look into the rest of the world and we can go forward in building a team around him, Son, and Hurricane.
And I just want you to know that those guys are not going to live forever, and their ages are increasing with each year.
I think building a team around them, that's what they've been trying to do.
Yep.
And I don't
And
think
that's what they did.
that's what they did.
And that's why they have a really good
Lucas
team.
Moura was not cheap. And Ndombele was not cheap.
Have those players even
Improved the
really
team?
improved the team or complemented them?
And that is what happened. They did build a team around those guys.
It was just
wasn't-
poorly built.
It was just poorly built.
All right.
It was not winning.
Hold on. What's the name of the show?
The Realest FC. The Realest
You
FC.
understand what I'm talking
All right,
about?
so we're
All
moving
right.
on. We're moving on to the next team now. The team that is on a really bad slide. Before we get to the big game for the week, the biggest game for the weekend, and this is Arsenal. Leicester versus Arsenal. Who Leicester beat Arsenal by 2-0, and this was a proper beating because Leicester was not in trouble at all.
No.
They were in full
Michael
control of
was
this game.
like-
Arsenal actually played this game the same way they
It's
played that
Michael
Liverpool
newspaper.
game. Liverpool, they played the game. Do you remember that Liverpool game? Arsenal played this game the same way they played the Liverpool game, which is, all right, you're better than we. We're
Prove
it. No,
we respect you.
No, not respect. We're saying you are better than us, and we're going to stay right back, give you the ball, and pray you don't score. So they played 5 at the back, 3 centre backs. That's Chambers, Louise, and Holding. They played Bellerin on one side. Cuss. What's his name? What's the name of the guy again? The
Tierney.
Koscielniak.
Socrates.
Kolasinac on at left back. So they had a decent enough team out there, and this is what is going to cause some nightmares for Arsenal fans because this is a proper team.
You played with a boss, and that's not Arsenal.
That's the thing. I think this is where this coach has lost us.
Yeah.
This coach is Mourinho-esque. Yes, he is. He is.
That
he
is rude.
Ouch.
That is
He
rude.
He is.
Why would
No, I'm
you
not
say
saying. I'm not
that?
saying he's
That
doing it.
is rude.
He's not doing it. He's not doing it with anywhere near as efficient as Mourinho. But he says he's very defensive, and we didn't see that coming.
You think he is defensive, or he just tried to play a defensive game this game?
I think he's been trying to play. He plays a lot of defensive games, and it does not work. And I think it is happening because he used to coach a small team in Sevilla. So when Sevilla now goes to play against big teams, you slink back, defend, and catch your
them on the
Barca on the
counter.
break, your Real Madrid on the break,
Yeah.
your Atletico, and pray for the best.
You
And
sacrifice possession in the effort.
exactly. And then he'd do that now and then win the Europa League every year.
Yeah, which is why I can't necessarily call him a defensive coach. I think he's just a clueless one.
Yeah,
I think-
maybe I should say bad coach.
For me, the problem with
Clueless
Emery
is
is
worse
that-
than bad.
It's worse because he keeps, it's like him change like the weather. You don't know what Emery going to do this week. And after a full year, I keep saying it,
4-2-3-1,
a whole year with your
5-3,
team,
5-2-3-1.
you don't figure it out yet. You had what? Last year summer, January gone, summer gone. That's 3 transfer windows, and you don't figure out your side yet.
I
You
think
still a gusso. You still a shuffle up. You still a move right.
I think
there.
what feels even-
I bring back Ozil in the middle of this, in the middle of the campaign when he was on the sideline the entire
Frozen
time,
out.
frozen out. You see,
Now you bring him
5
back
man
in.
at the back. I have never seen Arsenal play with 5 defenders. Never.
Yeah.
I have never seen it.
We've
And if
done it, but
Arsenal,
not like with this regularity.
no, for me, no. That's just how infrequent it is. I
And
can't even
it's
recall
normally
it.
injuries. Under Wenger, it was always injuries that would cause
What
us to
injuries?
do-
What injuries do I have now?
No, but
None.
No,
The
excuse.
manager is the injury.
He is the injury.
He is the injury.
We just can't sub him.
And you see,
Yeah, what
I've-
you thinking? What you thinking, Richie?
So, I'm disappointed. I've said it time and time again. I'm not a fan of Arsenal Football Club. However, I've always admired the way Wenger plays his football. He has a philosophy. He has an approach to the play.
And he'll make up his mind. He's
He-
gonna die by it.
He's
Yeah.
gonna die
Yeah,
by
man.
it. But if it works, so here's Wenger. If it works, it looks great. It makes Aaron Ramsey
Look,
and-
a
He's
star.
like a world beater.
yeah.
Same Aaron Ramsey that got benched today.
I'm just saying this is
A Juve though, and
it-
Arsenal.
It
No,
made,
that's the point I'm
it
making.
made
That's what I keep on
Olivia-
saying.
it
A lot of
made-
these. Sorry to jump in about Aaron
Sorry,
Ramsey.
go.
A lot of these guys believe that they're better than they really are when they're at Arsenal.
Of course.
They're not that good.
Arsenal.
Nicholas Bentner.
It boosts you.
Yeah,
Um,
Lord Bentler.
Lord
Don't-
Bentner.
I'm-
Don't
my
be
name's
rude.
Sui. My name's Sui.
Don't be
Lord
rude.
Bentner.
He's not even dating the girl anymore, so we can stop that. Right? Next.
Sorry for interrupting you. Go,
No,
go.
no,
Okay.
it's a list of them. And it's a list of players who normally on other teams would be B-class players. But Arsene Wenger has found a way and a system to make these players look very good.
very good.
Some one-touch football that used to play back in the day. Some direct approach. I remember Arsenal used to have to take 3 touches in the box.
Before
Kicking
I
a
shoot.
shot. Before kicking a
Before
shot.
kicking a
shoot.
shot. And that's because they wanted the keeper to look like a fool. That was my opinion, at least. I don't know. But the point is, I think the biggest problem that Arsenal has, besides the fact that Emery is not managing the team well, they do not have an identity. They don't have a leadership structure. They don't have a style of play. They don't have a formation. Do you see what I'm getting at? The captain.
Well, what I see you getting at is
The captain.
is
The manager.
coach out.
And the
The
manager, yeah.
captain who the players picked is so frustrated with not
They
just
obviously didn't see my video. They didn't see our video. We would say Zaka is a rocks.
no, but besides the fact you can be a rocks. In my opinion, Henderson is a rocks. But Henderson knows his role.
He's
That's
not
that's
that Roxy,
rocks.
though.
That's not
He's
rocks.
not that Roxy.
No, Henderson is not a world beater. I'll give him that. But if you tell a man to control the football, pass it to that man, pass it to that man. If you ever pass like that, pass it back, run into the space,
Right.
and him can do it. And he does it with humility. Him do it for the badge.
I know we're not talking about Liverpool yet, and we're gonna get there. I'm guaranteeing you, Henderson's pass rate is probably pretty low, and I need to look that up because I've seen him with my own 2 eyes.
Give away the
and
ball?
a direct pass down the line, kick it outside by accident. I've seen him with another direct
Is
pass.
that his job? Is that his job,
But
though?
that's what I'm about to say. Your management needs to use you to your ability. So don't put Xhaka as the player who you're going to make a captain or somebody.
Xhaka can cut grass.
You know what? I
Coming
think that's
up.
probably. But The good thing about Xhaka is
He's
that he'll
ability.
probably be gone in January.
Well, we see about that.
He'll
We see about
probably.
that.
I don't know who's gonna leave first, whether it's Emery or Xhaka. But I guarantee you, right now, Emery he's humiliating football. That is my take. He needs to find that cliff real quick
Can go jump off.
No,
because somebody will push him off.
this Arsenal team is
And the
it's
board
sad.
of directors are
It's
not.
sad.
The board of directors are
Well,
not making a move.
But-
but I think what's even worse is the fact that, like we just said earlier before we started this video, guys, that Arsenal is playing so horribly. I think the last 5 results they've had 1 win in the last 5 games,
and still
they're in
and
fifth.
somehow-
And they're in fifth place.
Somehow.
That must make you know what
Fifth.
kind of season Man U and Tottenham having.
Which is why we have to make these videos.
Emery is
And
Emery
they're
is
only
in
in fifth.
fifth.
They're only in fifth on goal difference because
They're all very tight
The
in
team that
terms
is
of-
above them is on goal difference.
Yes.
So you're in fifth, and the teams that are struggling to exit the lower half of the table, there are more calls for you to lose your head than theirs.
Yes.
That says a lot
That says
about
a
the
lot.
club. It's a great irony for me, but at the same time, though,
No, but
Emery should not be where he is.
Would you have these calls? That's the thing, you know. There's a difference, though. If you spread out these 5 bad results, right, over the course of the season, and every time you want to say Emery out, you win a game 3-1.
Yeah.
In between, you know.
Yeah.
But then if you put them all together, so you lose to Sheffield,
Right.
then you draw, and these draws aren't. We were down by 2-0 and came back and drew
No, these
twice.
draws were losing
We were
from-
winning
Right.
2-0
Right.
And give it up.
and
Dropping
gave it
points.
up,
Right.
or we or like in a trepid performance like today where we weren't in the game at all. At no point watching the
Was
game
Arsenal-
was I able to say
Arsenal had a chance.
Yeah.
no, we never
Yeah.
had a chance.
No.
We weren't in it at
Leicester
all.
outplayed you.
But they were in full control. Yes, we got chances, but it was
Half
chances. Yeah.
half chances.
There
at most.
was a one chance, but I knew that if we scored that, Leicester would have scored 3. You know what I'm kind of like? I knew if
Yeah.
we scored first, Leicester would have probably got up for it.
There was
Yeah.
no
And it just-
belief.
Right, right. So,
No, it
so
was-
finally,
yeah.
guys, Emery in, Emery out. Who next? 2 things: Emery in or out, and who next?
Emery out. At this point, Emery out. He's lost the script.
If you were the
He's
board,
lost
if
the
you were
script.
the Arsenal board, Emery in, Emery out. Out.
Emery out at this point, he's lost the script.
Oh yeah, I guess I should say Emery out now or out at the end of the season.
Out at the end of the season.
End of the season.
End of the season. End of the
Look
season.
here.
I
Emery should have been out 3 weeks. So what?
From the
I'll
Sheffield
give
game,
him the end of the
Emery should have
season.
been out, yeah.
What are you talking about?
I'll give him to the end of the
So
season.
the rumor mill has it that
Because he's
Arsenal
still
is
1
talking
point
to-
away from Champions League.
So
1 place.
No.
1 place.
Look here. The team itself is in flux. As I said before, the biggest problem they have is that identity crisis. Arsenal no longer has an identity, and I think
No.
that right there is coming from the
Huge
head of
problem,
The,
huge
yeah,
problem.
It's coming from the coach, the manager.
Yeah.
I can't fire a man who, honestly, the expectation was, or the target was Champions League. And
And he's
after
in fifth.
and he's in
That's
fifth.
12, and that's 12 games.
After
gone.
12 games, he's in fifth. It's hard
I
for
think
me
it's
to do that.
I think it's the performances everybody looking at.
Yeah, no, you can and look at the performances. You
We-
are absolutely right. If you look at how the man play, especially his recent performance, no question about that. Especially and with the player movements, with Ozil coming in back and forth, which I just can't get. Fine, but if you are judging me, if you're quantifying my contribution based upon points and position, then at 5th place after 12 games, it look hard to say
You
you're
sound
fired.
Wengerized. That's something Wenger would say. We're in 5th place.
No, but that's what I said.
But he has
End
a
of the
point.
season.
He has a point.
That's very
The only
Wenger.
problem
That's
is
very Wenger.
the only problem is
Very Wenger.
would you risk waiting until the end of the season? What happens?
It's going to cost the club
I would
$6
say-
million to fire him now.
Exactly. I don't
But if they
think
get
it's a-
into the Champions League, they'll make 43.
the maths don't make it. The maths don't
Maths
add
don't
up
make
to
sense.
fire him.
Wait a while.
The maths don't add up to fire him right now. The maths don't add up. He's in 5th. He's in 5th
So you're
place.
saying he still has-
He's in 5th place.
He
A
still has a
Manchester
chance.
United
The man have more than.
A Manchester United go?
First of all,
Where they go? Where go school? A Spalding High? Where
Knox
go?
College.
Knox
Me
they
go.
go?
Watch what you
We
have.
must around this up. We
Watch
must
your
around this
next
up.
words.
Listen to me. The teacher them are Knox. If you don't know that, brother, you hear me say? You don't need to- The man said the
What?
maths don't add up.
The man to fight.
Six
No, to fire him
to
now.
fire
Fire
him
him
now.
now is 6 million. Because you're putting your eggs in the basket that if we get into the Champions, you will get $43 million.
Right.
That maths don't add up.
The man is in 5th place.
No, what?
He is literally one place away from the target that you set out for
2
him,
points.
and he has more than 2/3 of the games left for the season.
And has he
I'm
shown
sorry.
enough? Has he shown enough?
To be in fifth? That
No,
must be enough.
Has he shown enough to you? If you're going to be assessing him game on game, based on performances, is he doing what he should do? Is this team performing in a way that makes you able to predict that this team will make top 4?
I don't think the team is performing to the expectations of the fans, but I think that is a combination of some poor tactical decisions and a very poor team.
A coach
on
that
whole.
coach
And he's
Sevilla,
still in fifth.
PSG, and comes to Arsenal. And remember, Arsenal didn't even consider Arteta once he became available, And you say that he made what? Poor what?
Poor tactical decisions. Yeah.
Is who make poor tactical decisions, Richie? Who make them decisions there?
No, the manager.
No, there's no question that
So
he's
if a coach is making
there.
poor tactical, and I like said the man them a kick with ball, And I like said the players aren't playing well, but everybody can say it's tactics.
Right.
It's who doing the tactics, not the coach.
The coach, that's why I say it is a combination of, because I think you could have tactic your way through the whole to death. If the players that you have out there can't do it on a week-to-week basis, you're going to suffer. And I think the inconsistencies...
Shouldn't that be part of your tactics, though, to know what your players are capable of?
No, knowing what your players are capable of and getting them to what you would really love them to is is two different things, because you can't turn a Lada into a Ferrari. You can't do it.
All right, so right now we have a Lada team in Arsenal sitting...
That's so unfair.
My team.
Hold on.
There are some
Arsenal
players...
team right now is
there
a
are some
Lada team.
There are
It's a
some
Lada
players
team.
on Arsenal team
fifth
right now.
place.
All right, you see that now? You see the switch?
72.
You see the switch now? All of a sudden,
team.
they're not a Lada team.
$72
All of a
million.
sudden, no. But you notice now, the 5th place matters now. So the 5th place matters when you're
hold
assessing
on.
the team.
Hold
But
on.
it's
Hold
either the 5th place don't matter, right? And it's just to run a play and it means losing job, or the 5th place matters and no, it's not the time to fire him. Which is it?
Fire him.
Thank you.
Fire him.
You?
Fire him.
He's speaking from an emotional
I know. He's an Arsenal fan. That emotionally
Fire.
driven.
He's
and them
emotionally
fuel,
driven.
and them, it's like them wake up every morning and say, Arsenal!
Fire him. Fire him.
They like
We
it.
don't want
Does
to-
that
we
feel
don't
your car?
want to- You know what?
Do you scream at the gas tank?
We're going to move on to the last game of the weekend. And
I
this was
agree.
billed as the big ticket item. This was the one that everybody was looking forward to, whether or not you were a fan of either of these teams. And that was Liverpool versus...
That's rude.
The producer that said this game was lame.
That's rude.
I'm so in disagreement with the producer
I think
right
this
now.
game was so tense. No, the score... no, you know,
Our producer is a basketball fan.
obviously, because a 1-0 game can... I've seen nil-all games.
Yeah, man,
that are super
riveting.
exciting.
Yeah.
You understand? So,
Yeah, man.
it was Liverpool versus Man City at Manchester City at Anfield. And the score was Liverpool 3. They're still on a tear, have not lost this season. Amazing. Playing some good football. And they did indeed dominate at points throughout this game against this Man City
I
team.
feel so too.
Which is a solid team. Manchester City
No,
is not no
I would
joke
not.
side.
I would not call this Man City team a solid team.
What you talk about?
I would not call
What you talking
Fabinho,
A big side.
Rodri. No.
A
Hold
big
on.
side.
Hold on.
Which
Is
means that Liverpool
a
a
top
big
manager.
side.
Is a top manager with a lot of very good players. But this Man City team that was out on the field today, very shaky.
Rapper. The Man City side, a big side?
Of course, a big side,
Okay.
bro. Where you talking about, bruv?
Who was them centre back today?
The Man City side are bigger than Chelsea side.
John Stones was at
The
centre
Man
back.
City side
with,
was played today bigger than Man U,
right
Arsenal,
now,
Chelsea, and Tottenham put together. The side of
yeah.
play.
Yeah.
Ouch.
Put together. If you put them four squad together and pick 11, it not good like that Man City
Outside of
side.
the one young youth where them have up on the full back position there, I'll be a star, and maybe the keeper. Although Claudio Bravo have whole experience.
A
So
big,
a big
side.
team. It was a big team out there.
proper
Albeit
side.
it's not them first team. Let's be honest, it's not them first team. But I'm sorry, when you spend £50 million to
Right.
buy a full back,
How many
to
people
sit down
would have
on the
picked?
bench.
How many people
No, we
would
don't
have-
hear no excuse
how
from
many
you.
how many managers, how many board members, how many chairmen of clubs, big
Right.
clubs would pick the 3 midfielders from Liverpool over the 3 midfielders from Manchester City? How many?
Fabinho is maybe the only man from Liverpool
Only
with
person.
maybe.
Oh, and even then, and it's still a maybe.
That's what I mean, a maybe.
And it's still over the 3 from Man City.
Yeah.
I would have taken Gigi over, what's his name? Rodriguez.
I wouldn't, you know. as a holding midfielder.
General Latino.
Rodriguez.
Yeah, but
Rodriguez
has been-
Liverpool is a place. Liverpool is a big side.
No, I've seen Wijnaldum play in Dutch side, and I've seen him play for Newcastle, and I've also seen him playing in that Liverpool
Was a
squad.
different type of baller still,
And I've seen him as somebody who I can depend on week in, week out. This guy, Rodriguez, to me, he feels like sometimes he's a very excellent going forward player, but he's not offering a lot of anything else.
Right, so if Wijnaldum, right, now take Henderson.
Wijnaldum and Fabinho.
Wijnaldum and Fabinho versus a Kevin De Bruyne.
So Kevin De Bruyne I would take definitely over
Bernardo Silva.
Bernardo Silva.
I would take Bernardo Silva as well.
That's
All right,
the midfield.
and that's the midfield.
No, but
And then it's 50-50 with
what about Gundogan?
And Pep said he is the best one of the best midfielders in the world, and he actually is a proper baller. And I actually think that
I agree with
you.
I actually think him could have played on your side, as in based on style of play.
Which one then?
No, Liverpool
Gundogan?
did try and get him. We did try and get him.
Him actually.
Yeah, Gundogan.
Yeah, man.
A good baller.
He fits. No, but not just good baller. Because I don't think Bernardo Silva fits the style of player Liverpool. But I think Gundogan, or whatever I want to know him would have actually play. Me think him could have fit in and him that just be another face then in the midfield, like where you can take out and put in and take out and put in.
Play. Right.
Yeah, him could have played. So, has Liverpool won the league?
No.
Yeah, man. I'll say it. Congratulations, Liverpool.
You know, say I did that because he want to go up more them. I go more them.
Congratulations, Liverpool.
Liverpool.
I'm the one that said the depth of squad was going to be a problem, and lo and behold, Liverpool is the only team right now who, no matter what, they go marching on. Everybody is complaining about VAR. Everybody is complaining about injuries. Everybody complaining about management. Them don't have a problem in the world. As Rapper said before, the only problem Liverpool will probably have is themselves.
Yeah, but I think.
So yeah, then win the league.
Think
why are we
blessed.
dancing around this?
No, I think
Manton
Liverpool
Christian.
has been
The
blessed.
Manton Christian. The man said.
Hold on.
We've been blessed.
No, because let me finish. I think we've been blessed with a healthy squad so far. Because if you look at practically every other team, they've lost a major player for some good weeks. Liverpool, we haven't lost anybody.
You know what's funny about this
time.
part of the discussion now? When I said Manchester United lost Martial and Pogba, he said it should not.
I said it should
not impact the team.
It shouldn't be worth. I said it shouldn't be worth
team
10 spaces.
To the point where they fall to 14th.
Some more. That is what
and I am saying, you are saying now that because your squad is healthy, you are blessed and highly favored.
No, when I say blessed,
I know, I'm just kidding. But see,
let's break it down here.
But I am saying, and right now I'd love for people to comment on this section of the video. If Liverpool was to lose either Mane, any one of their front three, and or Van Dijk, you're saying that they wouldn't slip 3-4 places?
3-4 places.
3 or 4 places. They wouldn't lose.
Is not 10 places.
Yeah, but remember,
I would say this Liverpool.
Hold on a second.
Hold on, you asked me.
Hold on, I'm not finished. Wait. Manchester United finished 6th last season. They're in 7th now. Their lowest point in this season was what? 11th?
11th, yeah.
No,
they were lower.
They were 14th.
They were close to relegation.
14th.
So they fell those 7 places at one stage in this season. They were not first or second. They didn't win Champions League. This is a struggling United team that lost 2 of their best players and fell down the table. Now you are a high-flying Liverpool team that has not lost. And if you lose 2 players out of your squad, 2 of your main players, you say you can't fall 3 places?
3 places and 10 places are 2 completely different things. This Liverpool team, if we should lose a Van Dijk, and I'm willing to say Salah, a Firmino, which would be devastating. I think Liverpool might drop 7 points somewhere before the end of the season. 7 points. Where would that get us?
First place.
We're still the first place.
No,
I think worst case in
7 points.
7 points. Remember, so we're up 9 points now.
Yeah, but hold on. If you drop 7 points and the other teams are winning around you mean
no, the other team
have 2 points.
That's impossible. The other teams will not win.
We'd still have 2 points ahead of you. So what I'm saying is,
they must drop points. And 7 points, a little bit of points to drop for the season.
At this point, especially at this point with so many points. But what I'm saying is this: I don't think there are any two players on Liverpool team that will push us to 5th. If we lose, I don't think if we lose 3 great players right now with this team,
unless they lose the whole front line.
Unless we lose the whole front line and a piece of our back line. And for United didn't have 2 ballers. And this is a team that you expect to be fighting for a 4th. And they could not win. They're all the way to 14th at one point in the season. And the chasm
you can't have
of the loss there.
You can't have it both ways. So here's the thing.
But I'm not. These are 2 different things.
Hold on now. You cannot have it both ways. So you're saying if Liverpool, even at worst case scenario, lose 3 ball out of them squad, can't drop so far.
We now reach 10th.
Right? That would be a weird instance in and of itself. So no win the league then.
Yeah, no win the league then.
No.
Can't have it both ways.
The league.
You can't have it both ways. There's no way. There's no way. There's no way anybody else can.
A true Richie attack.
Yeah, there's no way. There's no way anybody else can catch them, right? Because you have to lose 3 key
and if they're only going to lose 7 points.
Then
It's like not even 10 games.
That's what I said. I'm not going to declare a victory.
How much games are
I am saying we just we're having this discussion now. We're having this discussion, and I cannot emphasize more. We'd love to hear from other people on this topic, because I will say to you right now, Liverpool has won the league. If you are looking at,
they're going to be playing the Sheffield.
If you are looking at exactly, they've played Tottenham. Haven't you guys played Tottenham already?
Yeah, and beat them 2-1. I beat them 3-1.
Yeah,
they play Man U.
Draw 1-1.
So my thing is this.
Chelsea.
So my thing is this. Everybody has said
2-1.
Manchester City.
Beat them 3-1 today.
I top 6 today.
Yeah.
So my thing is this.
Liverpool was up 9 points last year in February, and we still didn't win the league. Me not call it yet.
No, but the way Man City was playing at that time.
Exactly.
Man City did up on a different level.
And in order for us to be that much, we had to have been on point 2. What happened is we lost 1 game against City, and mentally, I'll admit, we broke. And that can't happen.
Broke and lose by 1 point.
Big man, you're up by 9 in February. No, hear me, producer, because you're in this now. You're not up by 9 points now, when you haven't gone to a third of the season. You're up by 9 points in February. This is after winter break. This is well deep in the season. And you lose 1 game against City. And you just drop off. It was talking about 5 games. We are in second place.
All right. So
anything
here's why this argument for me on this side of the table, because we're just going to draw the line. This side of the table is so disjointed right now, because you're 9 points ahead now. City is playing, and I said if you lose players and drop, you can be overtaken, right? Now, what you're saying is last year you didn't lose any players. You lost 1 game. And then you lost the league by a point. Yeah. What did City do? They conjured up more points.
City didn't do anything. City didn't do anything.
They won all their games.
No. For the big man, you can lose a race 2 ways. Either the next person beat you or you beat yourself. Last year, Liverpool beat themselves. When you're up, when you're leading a football game, you are in charge. You already have piece of the victory in your hand when you have 3-0 up, It's a matter of holding on to it. Because if everything stays the same,
I agree with this.
You win. So really and truly, if the other team, for the other team to beat you, either you have to give up your hold on victory right there, or the other team just say, step the game up, rev the engine and put in some nitrous. Last year, Liverpool let it go. City was always winning. Liverpool was winning too. The problem was Liverpool lost 1 game, and mentally, it's like the man them said, it's like you hear a dog bark, you walk, and the dog not here. The dog not say nothing. You walk past, and you hear 1 big bark, and suddenly you're afraid of the dog. You get jumpy. I think that's what happened last year. We lose a 1 game to them, and the man them get jumpy and just start drop points. That happened.
So.
Wow.
So we're closing out the show, and in closing out the show, what we're gonna say is Rapper is afraid to declare that his team is in pole position. That they have already chiseled the name Liverpool
on the trophy
2019/2020 on it, and all the name of the players them start go up on the trophy already.
Me not count no egg. Me not count no egg.
Oh my God! Next thing you know, none of them know hatch.
Exact-
So,
nah, come on.
but it was a good game. They played well, and they are
Have
playing
we
some.
even-
We haven't even talked about the
fantastic-
game.
We haven't even spoken
talked
about the game.
We
We
don't
show you
need
how
to.
them fight out my side.
we don't need
them
to.
no want
We
chat
don't-
about
we
my
don't-
side.
we
You know.
don't need
You see,
to.
and I have a very good point to make about this game. You see, in the first 6 minutes, Man City lost.
Yeah, man, early.
First 6 minutes. If Fabinho is going to run onto a ball in a space where there are no Man City players and him crack it, you lose.
City was not
Fabinho?
up today. City wasn't. I didn't get the City feel until the last.
I think
last
I
fifth, yeah.
think Pep is in a mood where he's playing the victim quite a bit.
Oh yeah, sounding like Mourinho
When the game
nowadays.
ended, I don't know if you saw the pictures, but
Yes,
the video.
he was
but
very
he was very
animatedly,
sarcastic, and he went
yeah.
over to the
And shake the ref hand.
and told him and
Thank
told him,
you.
thank you very much. His exact words were, "Thank you very much," and he was going like this, "Thank you very much,
Yeah, no.
thank you very much." I mean, what? Pep,
Why is he behaving like
what's the extra?
Why is he behaving like Bia? Listen.
And that's because
We're gonna-
he felt hard done by two calls, two penalty calls. I think the
Yeah,
second
we
one
need
was a
to
little
talk
bit-
about those
That
calls.
was a little
though.
bit of a stretch. The second one was a little bit of a stretch. I think the first one, even the referee is saying it touched somebody's arm first.
I said it touched.
You said it touched somebody's arm first.
Yeah.
But it could have been a penalty call.
It could have.
Could have been a penalty
Even
call.
as a Liverpool fan, if they had called penalty for that, I wouldn't have.
You couldn't
argued
argue
against
about it.
And I really believe
The
that
referee
the guys
decided-
who are being
Yeah.
paid to do VAR, not just based on this game, because this game was this game, and Liverpool didn't even play awesome football. I'm not gonna chalk up their win to a VAR.
Yeah.
call.
I don't think so
No.
either.
Right, I don't think that's it. But
That's
I
not
think
fair.
generally though, VAR is really messing about with the EPL this year. VAR is seeing calls, not making the calls. Like I said, I've mentioned the Arsenal game.
Right.
When Guendouzi pulled back a player. I don't know if it was Vardy, I don't know who it was. But he pulled back a player.
Right. And it wasn't called.
And
It wasn't called.
It wasn't
at all.
consulted.
Alright, so
And it
fine.
was very
No,
clear.
so fine. The referee didn't see it, right?
Right.
So in a season ago, we'd go, please don't see it, please don't see it.
Right.
You have VAR.
No, you have VAR.
Yeah.
So once I see it, I go,
VAR.
Oh, well,
Speed
if
of
I
play?
see it.
Yeah.
I said, well,
You're expecting the referee to blow the whistle
penalty.
at any point. Yeah.
Then watching it on TV now, you know they're gonna, for our entertainment, they're gonna do the replays.
Oh,
Yes.
Replay one, Guendouzi pull him down. Change the angle, Guendouzi pull him down. Change the angle again, Guendouzi pull him down. Slow it down, Guendouzi pull him down. Speed it up, Guendouzi
I'm
pull him
sensing a
down.
pattern.
So everybody,
Seems like
Yeah.
Guendouzi pulled him down.
yeah,
I
it seems like
think
Guendouzi
so.
pull him down. Commentator saying, well, penalty. Referee goes, tweet, goal kick. Everybody's going,
Okay.
What?
Okay.
Yeah.
like, okay, so VAR
We
not
didn't
working.
see that? Yeah.
VAR,
They were on a coffee
VAR
break.
is too subjective.
yeah.
If it is a foul, it is a foul. If the ball goes over the line, it's a goal. You understand what I'm saying? If
Yeah.
all of the ball goes over all of the line, it's a goal.
Right.
If somebody put, they are too subjective with the call. Oh, it's not a handball because it wasn't intentional. How
Right.
you know that? I am a defender. For many years, I either played defensive midfield or centre half. Men don't know me as a centre half
Yeah.
or a defensive midfielder, or I might play left back depending on how good
How
the
the
team
team,
is.
yeah.
Right. I have done so many handballs and deliberately when
Stop the ball.
So I know so the ball comes so I go and I see Sir Richie I go heading at the goal and I keep my eye on Richie and when I see Richie I open up wide I go so. You understand? No.
This is horrible.
Referee said,
For all future referees of our games.
Not intentional.
No, I'm too old, man. Not playing them ball game. But I'm just saying, you play football long enough to know that you can't know if I intentionally hand. So it's hands.
Right. From a touch your
I
hand.
prevent you.
So-
I prevent the Arsenal game. Perfect example. Arsenal game. And I've done that too. Where slide tackle as a defender.
And you use
You
your
draw
hand.
your hand. You draw your hand, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
man. Yeah.
Arsenal game is playing. So yes, Arsenal deserve to lose that game. However, before the goals were scored, a ball was put in the box. Aubameyang turned inside. In the 6-yard box, the defender slid. His arm touched the ball and took it off trajectory
Right.
and messed up the shot for Aubameyang,
Right.
right?
Right. It's a hand.
No handball.
It's a hand.
it's unintentional.
So again,
Because it's unintentional.
Yeah,
It's
unintentional.
how,
We're not
you,
even-
how you know that?
no, but hold on.
It's
We're not going
unintentional.
to beat this topic to death or anything. But in the game today, Trent Arnold hands the ball by accident or unintentionally, whatever the case is.
I
The
can't-
ball would have passed him and fallen straight in front of Raheem Sterling.
So
What would have happened?
So if the handball is preventing a goal scoring opportunity, what is it?
Is it intentional? Is it intentional? Is it? It has to be either intentional or an unnatural position. One of the two.
What? No.
So-
What is the? My hand is on my body. What is unnatural?
That's an unnatural position.
Vogue.
Spirit fingers. That's an unnatural position. No, this is an unnatural position
That's
on
natural.
a football field.
That's actually a natural
Hey,
position.
Mr. Ref,
Yeah.
I'm saying hi to my girl.
You
Yeah,
see, this is not that. When the ball come here, that's unnatural. I don't cricket this.
Yo,
Yeah.
VAR needs to. Something needs to happen about VAR. Even some of the tackles.
VAR
some of
will
the
never.
tackles. Everything that happens. That some of the calls that are being made.
I don't think football will ever be as successful with any form of digital replay as American football. And I think we're using them as a standard more than anything else because it's the only live action sport that I can think of. That and rugby as well.
But they're pretty stop
and basketball. But I think the rules that govern an infraction in those games are very, very straightforward. It's in football, our football, it is difficult. When you look at how long these rules are, just to explain what a handball is. So them say, it has to be in a natural position. The player has to actually make a move, right? If the player make a move away from the ball, then it means that he was trying to avoid it, so it's therefore not a handball. It makes it very complicated.
These other sports, it is then left up to the person who's making decisions. to make the right
And I think, yes, you are right. It's always going to come down to a human being. It's not a computer. But I think it's more. No,
You're supposed to just make
no. But there are more. What
yeah.
I'm saying is that there are far more variables in our game to determine an infraction than those games. And I think because of the amount of variables involved, if you put that in the hands of a human, which you have to hold on, the producer, make the man with the mic finish talk, no? Make the man with the mic finish talk. I think if you take all of those variables into consideration and you leave it in the hands or in the mind of a human being, you're going to always have this one bag of consistency. Football, our football,
Inconsistency.
thank you, inconsistency. And I think because of that, it no matter how much technology you put behind for a game, we are go ball at the end of the season said that penalty never supposed to give, that red card they never supposed to give. As with any sport,
And I
but
think
football
that
is
is-
far more. You're gonna find that coming out far more because you don't
I
hear
will-
this that much coming out of NFL
I think-
and even silly things like for instance, if a goal is scored, right? You go back on the runner play to see if something bad
but
happened.
leading up to it.
Leading up to the goal.
How far are you gonna go back?
Oh my God! Should they go back for the whole game?
Yeah.
So this was my problem. This was my problem in the other game. Which one was it? The Sheffield game where you scored Sheffield Tottenham, the first goal that was disallowed.
Oh yeah. That
where
was.
they went back 3 plays
Oh, Lord, that was-
in order to pull back the ball. So Lundstrom squares the ball across. A Tottenham defender, touches the ball to try and clear it. Somebody else picks up the ball on the edge of the 18 yard, then makes a pass. And that's how the goal scores. VAR is going to look back
to the pass
to the original
Lundstrom.
pass that Lundstrom makes from across the field. That's 3 plays ago. To now say that he was offside and the play should have stopped from then. That I have a problem with.
Yeah.
Because if that's the case, then we should go all the way back to when the keeper kick it out.
Yeah, a real thing, you know.
it-
A real talk, haven't you know?
Because
That-
you have
yeah, that
so
one-
many. So again, the same thing goes, and I guess it's a little different, but it's still my problem. Liverpool, apparently there was a hands in the box. It wasn't called. It's not like they scored immediately after.
Yeah, the ball
went all
Yeah.
the way back up the field.
Some ball play.
Some ball play. So how far are we gonna go back in
Yeah.
order to pull back the runner play? There has to be some kind of direction.
Yeah,
or-
yeah.
You know what I mean? So
VAR
yes,
is not
the
a problem.
the entire
It's a
rule,
child.
the rules, it's embryotic.
Yeah.
And there's a lot of rules around it. As with everything, all other sports have been doing instant replay decisions for a much longer time.
Yeah.
It
So-
will get better.
So
Yeah, I hope it will
know
mature better.
that VAR will get better.
But we will still
But we're
be.
still going to have to realize that this is a live action sport.
Yeah.
So everybody can be happy.
There will be a lot of bitching, forgive my French, at the end of a lot of games, no matter
Yeah,
how
man.
much technology you put in
And
there.
Pep, you're going to feel hard done.
I'm
by a
sorry,
lot
I
of
actually
things.
feel away for him though.
But no,
I actually
I do
feel
not.
that way.
So here's why I don't think any of this really matters. In my opinion, the better team won today.
No, true. true. I
No.
think why I feel away for him is that
Football is a
I think
game of
it
inches
would be
though, you know.
it would
Football
be
is
Yeah,
a game of
man.
inches,
And
though.
inches do matter. But
I
I'm
think it would have
saying
been
to
better
you,
for him if he can look back at that game and say, say that's why they,
Objectively.
man, that's why they put 2 nasty goal
But you see,
past me
but
and him
but
lose.
coaching is like
losing like this.
Coaching is like gambling, you know. You always feel like one thing can turn your luck.
Yeah, man.
You
Oh
know
yeah.
what I'm saying? So like
Yeah, man.
him probably said to himself, yo, suppose with this score first.
Yeah,
All right.
No, and
All right.
that would have gone a long
and
way.
I'm going to say again, people, let us know how much of sports should be left up to luck. And how much of it should you really play?
and I mean maybe luck,
Yeah, no,
maybe,
about
no,
that.
man, maybe luck is not the right
no,
way
but
to
no,
explain.
no, but hold on a second. The decision is left up to the referee, so it can go either way. If the referee feel like that's a hands, because they've said it on the
No,
report.
but I mean,
if him feel like it's a hands, him award the
yeah.
penalty.
Yeah.
So
No, but that's the point. That's
it could go the other way.
No,
It could have been a hands on Bernardo Silva and them stop the play, and it still don't.
I know, so that
You
would
get
have been
me?
more likely if
So
it indeed
it-
I touch him, because I haven't seen if it actually touched
Bernardo Silva, the ball ricochets and hits Bernardo Silva's arm first.
Oh, yeah, you can't
and
give a
then
handball
goes
for
that
that.
way and hits Trent
but
Arnold's
what
arm
if?
next.
What if? I think I'm gonna close with this. What if we're gonna football philosophy now? You know? What
Go.
if the ball, the interpretation of when the ball hit Bernardo Silva's hand was
Unintentional.
was unintentional, right?
but Trent,
Ricochet off of his hand.
That's
And,
intentional.
man say, yo, watch it from here, sir. Because that was unintentional. Watch it
you,
from
you,
here,
you,
sir.
you understand what I'm saying?
You see what I'm
You see
talking
what I'm talking
about?
about?
Too many
you see,
variables.
so for me, if we're going out to play football, you have to play with the thought or the mindset that, listen, things may not go your way, but you have to now react.
Definitely.
You
Yeah.
have to
Definitely.
react.
Definitely.
And you have to change or you have to do something. And again, I know you're closing. Manchester City has not done anything different. They're playing the same style of play right throughout. Klopp, all credit, and I will say this. Klopp was the better manager today, and he's
Yeah.
proving it to everybody.
Today.
Because listen,
Today.
and I will go. I
Somewhat,
step
people
back.
win, people lose.
I step
No,
back.
today.
No. Today, he
Today.
reacted to the fact that the guy, the new winger.
Yeah, a new fullback, yeah.
He was getting a whole lot of freedom around there. He put on Gomez. He put
hold
on
him up.
Gomez and now Trent Arnold, I think, or Robertson.
No, Trent
Trent was
started,
playing
from
now in
winger.
the space. Yeah, man, to cover the space. Because you know that if he keeps doing this, he may just get something out of it. You have to realize that this is a live action sport. You cannot play with a game plan from last week or from last night.
From
Yeah.
last year.
For last
Yeah.
year. You have to actually look at the game in front of you.
Read the game and
and
respond.
react and respond. And the better managers respond quicker.
Well, I think Pep.
Liverpool played better today.
I think Pep truly. Anybody who watches football and has watched Pep does indeed believe in his form of tiki-taka football, and he will die on that.
Yeah, man. Yeah.
he'll die on
I've
that sword.
seen
and you
Pep
can't
on the
blame him.
sideline giving new instructions.
You can't blame him though if
I've
it's
seen him
winning.
giving new instructions. No, if it works,
If it
why
works,
fix it?
why fix it?
Is it working?
I think it
works more often than not.
More often than not. I
Okay.
think he just.
So-
I think he's encountered a Liverpool team whose system is working better right now.
But he's lost this season as well.
Sometimes that happen, you know.
So my thing is this.
Hold on, it's like you win with 95 points this
But they
season,
always,
you know.
they
But
always,
next
they
season,
always
95
lose.
points lose.
They always lose this game, but
All
City
right.
always lose this game.
And,
Yeah, man.
and last year they lost it the first time and beat us the second time and win the league. So I can't put it.
You
I
can't say
can't
nothing
knock
against
them.
Pep.
What I say with
All right.
them, he's playing his football. They're still playing good football. It's just that right now, Liverpool
Liverpool is
today
better.
and generally this season, Liverpool is just better.
Yeah.
Listen.
I like that.
This
the
was
Realest FC.
the Realest FC. We're really happy to be back. Really happy that you're here with us. Really like talking football. I miss
Indeed.
you guys. It's really good seeing you guys. I hope everybody all right.
Yeah,
Yeah,
man.
yeah,
we're good,
yeah,
man.
yeah.
The wives all right.
Are you
Yeah,
kidding
man.
me? It's been good. Even my children are saying, even my children are saying, "Go blue team." I like it.
Really?
man.
No,
Yeah,
we
they
need to
are.
talk to it, Mason.
You can come and talk to them, but it doesn't matter.
Yeah, man.
Ask mine, man.
Inculcated.
They're Arsenal
Inculcated.
fans for
Yeah, man.
life. As short
You
as
sure
it
about
is.
that? I have a video saying otherwise.
Yeah, for
They
real.
are, they are,
We have
they are,
evidence.
They are. So this was the Realest FC. We'll be giving you new content, dropping new content in the coming weeks. We'll be giving you previews. We're on international break now.
Yeah,
Thank
yeah.
God it gives me some time to fire Emry and hire somebody
whatever.
else.
Mikel
I
Arteta.
hear you guys are talking to Enrique. You know.
Luis
I
Enrique?
hope not.
Yes.
I hope we take.
I think
If we don't go
really?
if we don't go interim, I think we should go Arteta.
I think Arteta is long term. Arteta is the man who should be coming into
It's
the
just because
club.
I think Arteta might have a bit of pride in the fact that he was not chosen. Remember, no, he was the front runner, until Emery became available.
Right.
And then right away, them just boot him out.
And I don't. You know why I don't think he may hold that against them? It's Emery. Emery is coming in with multiple European titles, with decent
Arteta
reputation. out of
Arteta would be a
Spain.
new
You'd be
manager.
surprised.
Arteta will be brand new.
You'll be surprised at how people's egos are big. I'm not saying that he's.
True,
I
true,
don't
you're
know him.
right.
I don't
Yeah,
know him.
you're right,
I don't
you're
know
right.
him. But
Yeah,
you'd
it
be
might
surprised.
take that one there as a hit.
You
you
never
know?
know.
personally.
You never know.
Yeah.
All right, guys. So you can go back through the videos.
Yeah, man.
There's some really cool videos up.
Yeah, absolutely.
You can watch it. If there's anything at all that you want us to talk about,
Yeah,
please
man.
comment below. Please like this video.
That's right.
Please comment. Please share. Please subscribe to this video. Let's grow this subscriber count.
Indeed.
Absolutely.
Yeah, spread it.
Indeed.
You can share it on Facebook and you can share it on Instagram.
Somewhat.
I guess.
Come on, in the link.
Hey,
know,
why
so-
not?
That's a link. Yeah, share
you can
it.
share. Yeah, you can share it on Instagram. Share it, man. And
Teaching
share it on
grandpa
our
to
WhatsApp
use.
and them something there. So, Realest FC, keeping it real.
All right.
Big up.